Tonight, from CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks versus Cam Newton and the New England Patriots.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Cam Newton and the New England Patriots. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So here comes the Patriots offense led by number 1, their new quarterback for 2020. That, of course, Cam Newton.
Well, he started his season the way that everyone wants to start their season, with an absolute bang. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Let's see where he goes from here.
Set the bar high. Week 2, we'll see what he can do. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The 33-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. And the Patriots.
Here's Newton. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 38. And right away, he'll look to throw. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the
Tyler Lockett, wide open receiver, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
Yeah, the final tally, as told by next-gen stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
On side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Sonny Michel comes out of a long line of terrific running backs from the University of Georgia and was a first-round selection for New England in 2018. He does not mind carrying the football, never turns down an opportunity. Top 10 in rushing attempts in the league in 2019.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down now, it's White. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, and said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry, it's Michel. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Jamal Adams there on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st.
And a Patriot 1st down.
1st down, here's White. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On the draw, here's White. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Ford on the stop.
They run the draw play. This is White. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, here's Newton. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Cam Newton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up.
Nick Folk for the extra point.
They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
One more game remains to be played in week 2 after this one, and it's a game that folks have been looking forward to for months, if not years. The first ever regular season home game for the Las Vegas Raiders as they host the Saints. 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 in Vegas, right here on EA Sports. That should be fun. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now. 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again. Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Again, Wilson shoves him aside. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. Well, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Two yards left on 2nd down from the 9. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers.
7-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
Patriots 7.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Oshesky on the return. The Patriots take over 1st and 10.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. The shotgun snap for Newton. And that's complete to the tight end, Devin Asiasi. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Rolling to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On the draw, it's White. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, a run from White. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line because
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll send you. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now. And a short kick taken at about the 16. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Rashad Penny on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and last week they were able to defeat the Atlanta Falcons here as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at the 34. He gives it off to Carson, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Patriots take over. Cam Newton and the Patriots set to go again on offense. His feet, what he's been able to do individually running the ball. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver, but that's your quarterback hitting top speed.
They'll run on first down. Michelle. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one official. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
What a great rookie campaign in 2019 for DK Metcalf, who came in with high expectations, was actually upset that he went in the 2nd round, not the 1st round, but quickly proved everyone wrong who didn't take him prior. 900 yards receiving, 7 touchdowns, and looks exactly like a Seattle Seahawks receiver is supposed to look. Big, strong, physical, and catches all the contested passes downfield.
Well, they frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference, and they crossed it on that play.
They'll try to run with Carson, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
There's a nice catch there by Julian Edelman, and he's going to be a reliable target no matter who's playing quarterback. Topped 1,000 yards receiving for the third time.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Benson Mayowa able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Down 2 scores. I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and trying not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
To throw again, Wilson. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Dietrich Wise Jr. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
3rd down.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Their own 28-yard line.
New England trying to get a place on offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Newton and the Patriots with a 1st and 10
at their own 28-yard line.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Demir Bird, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Shaquille Griffin there defensively.
Throwing again. Newton, flush to his right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Throwing on third down, Newton. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he finds some open field here. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
It's all good, baby. It's all good. Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
This is Carson. And some room to maneuver. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 22 and a first down. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here's Carson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd and a couple, Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5.
And the Seahawks are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Wilson to Metcalf that time. First down, Seattle.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Will Dissly there to make the grab. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep, and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
First down. It's Carson. He was brought down by Brandon Copeland.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They run again with Carson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Is good. Makes the score Seahawks 27, Patriots 7.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Cam Newton sacked.
So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.